Greetings, dear precious spirit soul that you are. And you are. Dare to be great. You know, my topic is the ultimate prosperity program. Now, it's a problem because we call program is a course or a class, but also can become a mental program and concept, because it is, but there has to be, maybe it's the ultimate prosperity course, and because it's really hard to define that which is undefinable in words, because the words will always limit us, and yet it's the best we can do at the moment as we activate our powers of intuition, knowing, sensing, communication, and all of this. So when I said Dare to be Great, in Dare to be Great, the book, I have, and I also have an audio course on that. If you wanted to, it's on CD, or I could put it on MP3 that you could just order from me. And you could just email me and then tell me about it, and I'd get it for you. But anyway, in Dare to be Great, it's the 7 steps to spiritual and material riches. And it's a 7-step program. It's really, really cool because each one of them. And the first step is to accept the topmost. And to me, topmost isn't what I'm thinking is topmost in the way of the world. It's actually the topmost that's a potential for you as an eternal living being, whatever that may be. Not with a preconceived idea, but through the divine experiment to explore and find out what that is. What else is there, you see? And the ultimate prosperity program was to, what would I say? There was different steps. And when you desire the topmost, is actually basically focus on what you want. And when you focus on that in the sense of, that's what I'd like to have, loving reciprocal relationships. Great. I would love to be able to have a close relationship with my children, or I would love to have that ability to travel freely to all these places in the world, or I want to make a difference and help children and end some of these children terrible programs that are happening, so that children are safe and protected and know the real experience of who they are in a divine kind of an education. Say you're a teacher, but to have your own education program, you see. And I had a grammar school that I had through my ministry in San Diego. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful school. So you do the thing and the power is yours. And the ultimate prosperity program then is also that it's a sense of giving. And prosperity means to go forth with enthusiasm, to do to know that you can go forth and do the thing. And what happens when people say, well, one day I will when this happens, and one day I will when this happens, and and I have $1 million I'll give you. So, well, they're not going to do that probably, because people aren't going to change their pattern. Then they'd be sure they have to clamp down because that's all they've got and they can't give anymore, because they get in that miser mentality. And yet they want to get from everybody else, but they don't want to give to everybody else because they think they're getting a deal, but they're really cheating themselves, because the joy, you see, is in the giving. So part of that Dare to be Great, and you can get that book, and it's full of what works. It's a fabulous book. And also you can order and get you the I think it's about a 6 or 7 CD set, and I could also put that on the MP3. Anyway, so the ultimate prosperity program, you have to know you are prosperity. And in that, what you do also is to take a look at the whole idea of giving and receiving. And as a prosperity person, you need to both be a good receiver and a good sender. So it's a thing in communication. I've taught a lot of communication courses. And one of the first rules is to take 100% responsibility for giving and receiving the communication. A lot of people don't, because they'd rather play the game. Well, you didn't hear me, and I was telling you, but you didn't know. Well, did you know that I heard you? Did you get it that I did? Did I write you a note back, or whatever it takes for you to get that I got what you said or what you mean. And oftentimes you can't even ask a question because somebody gets so what do you mean it's a challenge. But to become a good communicator, communion, you see, with another union would be to know that when I'm giving you communication, you're getting it. And if not, then I need to change the way I'm communicating in such a way if I want to get my idea across or what I'm dealing with. And it's the same in Dare to be Great. And greatness isn't about being all puffed up about being that. It's to bring forth the greatness that is within you because you're part of the divine. We call Mother, Father, God, or Source, our beloved. Whatever. I don't call it the force because it doesn't act with force. You see, it acts with ease and gentleness because it's natural. We don't have to force it. You don't need to have law enforcement when what you're trying to do is force on people that which is not natural and that which is not in love, because it's always coming from fear. And then you also got the guilt thing that keeps people in the reincarnation machine, outsourcing their own creative divine abilities to some kind of artificial intelligence or thought forms entities. We've talked about this in other. We've got a lot of videos out there on a lot of different subjects, and some you might like, some you don't like, but they're all good and they're all really working for the welfare of all living entities. And you can use all that and get friends over, and you can study together and get little groups together and start sharing this wonderful knowledge. So anyway, in the book Dare to be Great, which you can get, it was also called Every Saint Has a Past, Every Sinner a Future. And there are a lot of places they didn't want that title, but it also is a good title. It means that whatever you've done in the past, hey, when you get it, you make your amends, or you get what you did, and you got to let it go, and you have a future. And every saint has a past, and what we tend to want to do is bring up everybody's past in some way, and some it should be brought up. Others are most of the stuff that we've done or we haven't done. We could be focusing on lamenting that forever, or hankering in the future that somehow tomorrow it's going to be better. But all there is right now. And the whole key then is to the prosperity of bliss is to get into the habit of being centered, and also to bring forth the greatness. The ultimate prosperity program is that and you're being who you are in every moment, and you have enough to start. You always do. So begin today in this moment. If you want to change something, if you want it to be different, let go of it. Well, it runs in my family. Let go. Well, that's me. I always blow off steam that way. No, that's a program. That's what you've been doing. And when you really get to what the prosperity is to also be in a constant state of gratitude, and to invest in yourself, to go to those who are expert in that which you want to attain, and notice what they've done and what they do, or allow them to teach you and share with you and empower you. Oh, I'm grateful for all the teachers I've been to, all of the authors who I've read, all of the different magnificent studies and books, and all of these people. And that's always been my desire, is to give to that, and to giving into the welfare of all living entities and into animals. So what I'm saying is the ultimate prosperity program is you are prosperity. And as you nourish yourself, you see, with the knowledge and hearing, like put on the CD and hear them over and over and over again. Put on that MP3, you hear it over and over again, or however your iPhone or whatever. What are you listening to continuously? Is it reaffirming truth, or is it reaffirming misery and loss and lack and hatred and violence? Because that's then your life. That's the world you'll be living in, because that's what you're doing with your prosperity and your wealth. You're manifesting the reality that you're focused on. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So the ultimate prosperity program, and that is also giving to what gives to you, because life is for giving. And I want to thank all of you who are giving and helping to sponsor this. And I want to acknowledge all of you who are viewing and receiving this knowledge. Please share it with people. If you want to contact me, you can email me. It's at terrycole-whittaker.com. You go to the website, terrycole-whittaker.com, and we'll have stuff up on some of the workshops that are coming up, what's happening in April, May, and June, and then also the 2.5-day workshops up here that are on manifestation. This is really, really, really important, and it's a great investment in your eternal, wealthy, magnificent, healthy, happy, glorious, eternal now. Cool.